Summit Sunrise. I have in the studio with me Matt Haig with Summit County Rescue Group.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm so glad you're here.
Absolutely. Anything to get me out of the house.
Well, this is a good reason because we're talking about rescue and
Excellent.
actually shovels.
Yes.
As far as like what to have and how to be properly equipped when you're in the backcountry.
Absolutely.
So where do we start? Should we start with what to have? What's
Absolutely.
the right gear to have?
Absolutely. I think everybody knows that you need three parts of gear. You need a beacon, you need a probe, you need a shovel. This is a shovel. Okay. They come in various materials.
Okay.
I suggest a aluminum, metal, fairly large with a nice shovel head, and something that's really easy to use, that clips together easily. So this comes apart, it goes in your backpack.
That was going to be my amateur question: is where do you put this?
So they travel in your backpack,
Okay.
Right next to your probe, and the only material I do not suggest, or the rescue group does not suggest, is plastic.
Right.
It just
That
does
makes
not
sense.
hold up well in the concrete snowpack that we have.
Okay,
So
that makes
plastics,
sense.
anything else is fine. Just make sure it's a good solid shovel.
Okay, so what about techniques as far as using this? We were talking a little bit earlier about the process. Someone needs to be rescued.
So
How do you go about this?
So the first thing is you're gonna get out your beacon. You're gonna find you can use your beacon to find your the victim, the person you're looking for. And you see
there's
here,
the illustration. Okay.
Little instruction there, great graphic. And basically, once you find the depth, you're gonna go downhill from where you found your where the victim is by about 1.5 times the depth of the victim, and then you're gonna start digging sideways into them so that you're not digging straight down.
Okay.
And then you'll have, if there's two of you, or if there's just one, take your time. If it's just you, take your time. Get a nice steady pace so you can keep up that pace. Go fast. Go slow to go fast is kind of one of the things we say. If you're together, if there's a big party, then one person will be shoveling, and there'll be another person behind moving your snow out of the way. So there's a kind of a chain effect.
So is that what you would consider the technique?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because you're going to be moving snow, and you want that snow out of your way so you can keep digging. So when we do it on the rescue group, and we practice it, and we have a
Right.
large group of people, there might be another graphic of it where you got one person shoveling, and then there's 3 or 4 people behind them just continuously moving the snow out of the way.
So do you have an example of when this technique has been utilized?
Well,
Or-
sure. I think we have a graphic. The graphic here is called Sheep Creek. Unfortunately, that resulted in 5 fatalities. But you notice how deep the victims were buried there.
Right.
That's a good 20 feet. You can see that they have a lot of people there moving that snow away from the person they're trying to unbury, and you can tell that they dug towards the patient and not straight down.
Got it.
So
Okay.
that's a really prime example of the technique that we're talking about.
That seems like a lot of manpower.
It's an
as
immense
far
amount
as-
of manpower. The snowpack here in an avalanche, once that snow stops moving, it's concrete. It settles up, and so
Right.
you need an immense amount of manpower to move it, and which is why I recommend a good shovel, a heavy duty shovel. There's a lot of things that backcountry users like to save weight on. Your shovel and your probe and your avalanche beacon should not be anything that you should be saving weight on or saving money on.
Right.
You want to make sure that you're getting solid equipment.
And also, it's how important it is to have the right equipment when you're out there.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
That's
Always
huge.
plan on. I think a lot of people, when they look at this equipment, they say, "Well, it's essential, so I'm going to go buy it," and they don't spend a lot of time looking at what they're buying.
Right.
Always look at it as, I'm going to be using this someday, and it better be up to the quality that's going to save my life or save a friend's life.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and giving us all this important information. And
Yeah, sure.
we were speaking of rescue. We have some weather coming. We're going to jump
Yes.
over to the road report to see all this fresh snow that's coming in. We're going to have